Check this out.
This is
Nova's Jody and Hazy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. You're in a really, really nice spot for some information mixed with a little bit of humour.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, we spoke about work perks. The little things that you get for free from your workplace.
Yeah, maybe you thought they're good.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not.
And I tell you what, we didn't see this one coming.
You bumped into an old friend of mine, I hear.
This was so bizarre. So I was in down on the Fleurieu Peninsula for a couple of days, and I went and had lunch at the Port Elliot bakery there.
Of course, did you have to line up for like 20 minutes
7
for a
hours.
pie?
7 hours. I did. I stood in the line. I went round the corner and up down to the beach.
You better have put it on social media too.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I ducked into a little shop next door just to have a bit of a browse because I had some time. And the guy behind the counter I just got chatting to, and he goes, "You work with Andrew Hayes?" And I said, "Yes, unfortunately I do." And he said, "I gave him his first job here in Adelaide." And I was like, "Oh, really?" And he goes, "Yes, I ran the Globalised store."
Yeah. I used to work at Globalised. Who remembers Globalised?
Globalised.
Oh.
It was like classic Andrew.
It was very cool, Globalised, back in the day.
Was it though?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure.
Anywho, his name was Ben. We had a lovely chat, and he said, yes, Andrew used to really take advantage of the travesty T-shirts.
Yeah, see, that was the thing. 13, 24, 10. But let's talk about work perks and some little, what you probably thought at the time were good, solid work perks that really worked for your advantage. But now when you look back, you're like, it wasn't actually a big deal at all.
So your travesty T-shirts, talk me through them. Were they like 50% off, or you just helped yourself?
Well, more so, I think I get 30% off these travesty tees. But the big perk for me was I would get exclusive access.
Right.
To these particular travesty T-shirts. I'm pretty sure as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but travesty doesn't exist anymore because it went under. Which, I mean, just shocks me. Who saw that coming?
So, to me, if something goes under, it's because it's not very cool or not very popular. And yet, you thought you were the coolest cat in town.
I reckon Ben convinced me as well at the time that it was super, super cool.
Right.
So I'd rock these travesty T-shirts and I'd wear them out to the Ponderosa as well, Elizabeth, before Central's training. And you can imagine as well, you've got the twins there, Chris and James Gowans.
Feedback?
Who were probably dressed in slippers.
Little bit of feedback for you?
Not really understanding what are the cool kids are wearing these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a solid work perk for me. Also, I used to work at the Greenwood Hotel in North Sydney.
Yeah.
And you would get half-price liquor. That's always a good one.
Oh, that's not bad.
Buy some cases of beer.
Yeah. Okay. Can we just go back to the travesty T-shirts for one
Yeah,
moment?
sure.
So,
I'm actually wearing one right now.
So you'd be a large any day of the week. But I reckon when you selected your travesties, you went a small.
Yeah.
Just so it was really tight around the bicep.
Hasn't fashion changed as well? So back then, this was...
No. What size did you go?
Yeah, I'd go medium. A good solid medium. Because it had to be really tight fitting as well.
Did it?
So now everything's really quite loose. I'm not sure if that's just to, accentuate or really, some spare sort of storage space for my big guts that's hanging out at the minute. But back then, everything was so tight.
Everyone's
and now it's so loose.
Look, I look at Abby in the newsroom. I look at producer Zoe. Everyone's rolling their eyes because you don't have loose guts, mate.
What do you mean?
You don't.
Okay.
You're ripped.
He's got loose lips, though.
You call unique work perks. Get them through 13, 24, 10. We do have some of these school holiday packages to give away as well. So our best caller, $100 Reading Cinema voucher and a $200 Beach House voucher. But each different workplace has unique work perks.
Back in the day at Channel 10, when we had like a really extensive hair and makeup setup, we used to get 30% off at Mac.
Wow.
For any woman who's ever worn makeup who loves Mac.
Yeah.
That's kind of a big deal.
That is a really big deal.
Mac never goes on sale,
Yeah.
Andrew.
13, 24, 10. What about you, Abby? Because you've been around the place. I mean, you've been to...
Excuse me?
I'm strictly talking about workplaces.
Saying about Abby.
I'm lucky. I have worked for... I've been in radio for the last sort of 6 years, but you get to go to a lot of stuff, I guess, and things like I went to Mary Poppins on Wednesday night, and there's a lot of people out there at the moment with cost of living who can't afford to be doing that sort of stuff. So you never take it for granted, and I'm very grateful. But just remember that I didn't get into bed till 11 o'clock and had to be back up at 3.
Yeah.
So there's work perks, but it also puts me at a loss.
You've managed to go to the opening night of Mary Poppins and still had a whinge about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Very good stuff.
I napped on the couch.
Here at Nova, if you work at Nova, one of the perks is you get a birthday shout out from Smallsy, I think.
What?
So that's pretty cool.
That's
I just
outrageous.
made that up. Let's go to Amanda and Olga. Good morning to you, Amanda.
Hello, how you going, guys?
Going very well,
Good.
thanks.
What was your work perk?
Well, I used to work at a frozen chip factory, and I could get as much frozen chips as I wanted, and boxes and boxes of 15 kilos of chips.
15 kilos.
That's
My
really neat.
freezer was always full. It was
Yeah.
great.
Are we talking your crinkle cut, your standard, your French fries? What were they, Amanda?
Oh, it was a bit of variety. They did a bit of crinkle cut, shoestring, whatever I wanted. I could grab the box. It was good.
Just living the dream.
Shoestring. So hard to go past that, isn't it?
The old shoestring.
Very nice.
Probably the worst chip, actually.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no potato in it. It's just like all fat.
This isn't chip chat, okay? It's work perks. Hayden from Goolwa Beach. Good morning to you, Hayden.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thanks, mate. What was your work perk?
I actually used to work as a promotional model, and I was actually working for Pringles as the Pringle Man.
You were the Pringle Man.
You got
Yeah.
you got one of those great big moustaches, do you?
I actually do as well.
Yeah,
I've been
right.
called a Monopoly Man a few times.
Mr. Pringle. Good stuff.
okay.
So, because Pringles aren't cheap. That's a good perk.
No. Well, I was working as the Pringle Man, and the guy at the end of the gig, he was just like, "Oh, I work in Sydney. I don't know when to do all these extra Pringle cans." And he was just like, "Oh, do you want to take some home?" I was like, "Yes." And I pulled up my station wagon and just loaded the whole car.
Yeah. As you would.
And then my parents' garage was just filled to the brim with just Pringle cans for months.
Yeah. Well, before we let you go, though, all sorts of flavours, or what are we talking?
We weren't doing chip chat, and now you're doing it.
Oh, like we had the original sour cream and chives and the salt and vinegar.
Yeah, very good. Sour cream and chives for the win, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
very good stuff.
cost you about $14 on the Virgin flight on the way back for a can that big.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm not paying for that. Yes, I am.
yeah.
Yes, I am.
Let's go to Michelle from Mount Barker. Good morning, Michelle. What was your work perk?
Yes. Hello. I've been a nurse for years, so I think my biggest perk was the colonoscopy.
There it is. That's for the win. So
The doctors tend to look after us.
so then, how regularly, Michelle, are you getting a colonoscopy when it's on the
I
house?
only have the one.
I've only had one. Okay. I don't know if we should delve too far into this, but what's the feeling like? What's the sensation of having a colonoscopy?
Oh, it's not nice.
I imagine it would
I'm
be.
sorry you call it a perk when it was free.
Yeah. That's an outstanding work perk. All of a sudden, I wouldn't be so scared of the doctor.
No. Do you
for
feel
colonoscopy.
cleaner though, Michelle, after it?
Jeez.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
jeez.
feel very cleansed, I guess.
Hey, Michelle, that is a very good work perk, so we appreciate that.
Whatif.com helps Aussies make the most out of every trip.
Book a hotel, flight, late checkout and spa all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the Whatif app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel? Take a sip of your coffee. Settle into your seats. It makes me feel so good. This is Adelaide's Jody and Hazy. I'm right here where I want to be. There ain't nobody stopping me. On Nova.
Andrew Hayes. Abby just said in the newsroom that the Thunderbirds won. Oh my God, did they?
Wow. Is that the first time you're hearing about
I
this?
didn't even know. I didn't even follow it. Oh,
I mean, how good is someone who just jumps on board right at the pointy end of the season,
Didn't
ladies and
know.
gentlemen, Jody Oddie, who just went, oh, the Thunderbirds playing in the grand final. Maybe I'll get around them.
maybe I'll be a super fan right at the last minute. Oh my goodness. Well done, girls.
You've been talking about this since 2013, and finally, the girls got it done. Can you just give the Thunderbirds a rest?
Just give me a spell. It's been 10 years in the making. And I feel like, do you know what I feel like? I've won 2 premierships for the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
10 years apart.
Oh, wow.
That's quite the achievement for me.
The drought is over. Look, what an unbelievable occasion for Adelaide Sport on the weekend. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, not so good for the Crows.
Nah.
Eh.
No, that's okay. Port got the job done, as they were expected to do against the Gold Coast. And a quick little mention as well, new member of the team.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning to you, Em Brand. Joe's is looking around going, what?
Have I been replaced already?
So
Jeez, that was quick.
There's your official welcome from Jody Oddie, Em. That was heartfelt.
Welcome, Em. We're so happy to have you on board.
Very good stuff. Started the school holidays as well.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting, or maybe it isn't for parents who've got little toddlers or little gremlins like my wife.
Yeah.
They're my kids as well.
Oh, you made them.
Yeah, all good though. We're going to sort you out with a couple of little school holidays packages to give away throughout the next couple of weeks. So we're talking $100 Reading Cinema vouchers and $200 Beach House voucher. We'll give that away a little bit later on. Stick around for that.
You need during the school holidays if you're a mum or dad.
It is big time.
Just had enough of them. Go and do something, kids.
Yeah, we are feeling generous though, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We're right back into it. So let's do this.
Jody and Hazy's cash or the car. Which one will you choose?
Not good at decisions. How about you?
Horrible.
Okay, what about this? 2 incredible prizes. A share of $10,000 instant cash or the chance to win a brand new MG car valued at $20,000.
What do you even do?
What you do is you're just listening out for a particular song. What is it? Well, it's this little banger from Dua Lipa.
Watch me.
What we'll do is we'll play this little doozy before 9 o'clock, first through 13, 24, 10, and then you've got a hell of a decision to make.
Yeah, it's a bit cool, isn't it?
I mean, instant cash or the chance for an MG. Do you know I saw cruising around an MG the other day?
Who?
Ken Hinkley. I'm not even joking.
Kenny drives an MG.
Yeah.
That's-
MG got a big partnership with Port Adelaide,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
What colour?
I think it was black.
A black MG.
I think it had been lowered and it had the lights coming out the bottom as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what his number plate was? UN10ABL.
How do you know that?
Work that out.
UN. Okay.
10ABL.
I don't know. I don't get it yet.
All right, that's quite cryptic, isn't it?
Is it? Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I'm normally quite quick with this stuff, but
Yes.
right now I'm stumped.
Now that's a joke.
That was a joke.
That's a joke. Joke. That's a terrible joke.
This is how you start the week right. It's a bit of humour just to ease you into your working week. So I'll have a crack at it. Jodes will have a crack at it. And we recruit the big dogs in terms of humour.
Yeah.
And that is newsreader Abby. Good morning.
Abs is in the room and she looks like she wants to be anywhere else but here.
Why are you shaking? Why are you so nervous?
You know what?
We're trying to
Why are you
have
so
fun,
anxious,
Abby.
mate?
This
You
is
know
fun.
what? Here I am going, I'm just great at everything, but it turns out there's one thing I suck at.
Yeah,
and that's
jokes.
telling jokes.
That's okay. We'll make you go last just to really build it up.
We'll build it up. Okay, who would like to go first? Jodes, you in?
I will.
Okay.
Mine's it's short, but it's good.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
2 pickles fell out of a jar onto the floor. What did one say to the other? Deal with it.
That's what we're dealing with here, Abs. Do you know what?
I'm glad that you and I both looked at each other like, wow, because now I don't feel so crap about
Okay,
myself.
dill pickle. Oh my god, do I have to explain my own
A
jokes?
dill pickle? What is a pickle's type? Dill's a type of pickle.
Yes.
Oh.
I got that. He didn't,
Thank
clearly,
you.
but
Thank you,
I got
Abby.
it.
I've got your back. Don't worry about it.
0400.
Until your joke's horrible.
919
Laugh
919.
at anyone I say then, Jodie.
Okay, I will. All right, go on then. Go on.
I know exactly what Jodes is doing. She's setting the bar so low that you can't fail from here, Abs. That's good. All right, let's try and go in a more of a positive upwards trajectory with this one. Okay. A man walks into a library and says to the librarian, do you have a book for men with small, you know what?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking
Way to
about?
start a Monday.
The librarian looks on her computer and says, let me just check. I'm not sure if that one's in yet. The man replies, yeah, that's the one. Oh, do you get it? Abs, do you get it? Little joke about small doodles.
How was that approved?
Exactly.
Did
You run that past the
I didn't get any
because
approval.
he looks horrified.
I didn't get any approval.
That's worse than my seal joke.
Yeah, that's-
Oh, we
weeks
still
ago.
on? Hello? We still on? Haven't been dumped?
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
All right then.
here we go, Abs.
The stage is set.
It's a big moment here.
I told a joke on a Zoom meeting the other day and nobody laughed. Turns out I'm not even remotely funny. Get it?
Oh,
Zoom meetings remotely?
Okay, hang on. Let me just press this. Here we go. It's coming. Do you know it's coming,
We can't do
Jodes?
this anymore because he doesn't
Yeah.
understand
I
anything.
know.
You don't understand anything. You get this blank look on your face and
Yeah.
you're like, huh?
I know.
Is it on me or is it on Abby? What's
No,
going
it's
on
on
here?
you.
I'm still
right.
fixated on your joke.
Yeah. You should have ended that.
Sorry. Also, this is the part where you say, I'm never doing this again.
I know. If you don't laugh at my jokes, I'm not doing it again. And then you storm out.
Do you know how nice the last 2 weeks have been?
What helps Aussies make the most out of every trip.
Book a hotel, flight, late checkout and spa all before you can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the What If app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
The Weekend Sports Wrap with Tom Wren.
There he is.
Yeah.
Get those calves
me,
out,
yeah.
ready?
Yeah. Just for those playing along at home, he's wearing a white shirt, a suit jacket, and Adidas shorts.
What's going on?
Yeah, he's very famous as well, as we've mentioned before, for mixing up his sports brands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got one New Balance sock on. The other one's Puma. He's got a Brooks right shoe and a Saucony left shoe. For God's sake, Rennie, choose a brand.
Just pick a brand and be loyal, can you? Okay, normally we would start with football, not today.
Yeah, who would have thought? Let's go with this, Rennie.
Well, the siren goes. The drought is over. It's a decade in the waiting. And the Adelaide Thunderbirds are going to take the trophy back home to South Australia.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Joe's been going for the Thunderbirds since Friday.
Don't you even dare.
Blasphemy. No, what a win. I mean, third game in 4 weeks against the Swifts.
Yeah.
Extra time again. And the way they did it, it was just nail-biting stuff. I was at the Port game calling that one. And at halftime, we're doing the halftime wrap. We stopped doing it and we called the netball. It was so much more exciting. It
That's
was
so good.
unbelievable.
That's good loyalty from you, because I text my good friend Andrew on Saturday afternoon and I said, you'd better be watching. And he's like, oh, it's a bit of a toss-up. Got the Port game, got the cricket. I don't know. See how we go.
Well, quite literally. So I stayed at work and we had 3 TVs going. But we had the sound up, the Thunderbirds, while they were getting the job done. And look, I'm going to say it, but, oh boy, almost coughed it up.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it 9-goal lead at one stage?
It was a 9-goal lead, and then they sort of really choked and went into their shell and started passing backwards and across the circle, which one rule in netball, never, ever throw across the circle. And
I
sure
know,
enough,
right?
Sure,
I didn't know that, Rennie. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
sure enough, there was an intercept and it went into overtime. But being there was the most emotional roller coaster I've ever been on. And I've been through some stuff, divorces, all sorts of things. But this was next level for me.
How good was it? And the atmosphere just sounded phenomenal to be there. Must have been so next level. And first in 10 years, great result for the girls. And it's just nice to have some silverware back in this state again.
Yeah. Go on, Joe. Give us a bit of a flex. Who started following you before just on Instagram? Go on.
Okay,
Go on.
No, I told you not to make a big... I said, don't make a big deal of this.
Yeah.
But Tipper Dwan has just started following me on
rightio.
Instagram, so
How about that?
That's no biggie.
Yeah.
it's fine, Rennie.
Just what happens on a Monday morning.
How's that for a Monday?
Settle down, mate. It's so fine.
All right, let's seamlessly merge into some footy.
1 16 10 106 to 11 7 73. Ken Hinkley with a smile from ear to ear.
Oh, yes. If you're a Port Adelaide supporter, you'd be up and about 13 in a row, albeit comes with a couple of forced changes for next week.
Yeah, Trent McKenzie's the big one, isn't he, Hazy? Going to be out for at least a few weeks, you'd think, with that ankle injury, which probably means Tom Jonas, the captain, who can't get a game, comes back in. It's a chance for him to get a reprieve and have a run at the finals now.
Yeah.
Not a good injury, though. I mean, McKenzie's been really solid. I think one of their best defenders. So that's a bad blow. But they have got options in the Sandful that are pushing through. Xavier Dersma, Aratia Fantasia. Others are playing well. Jace Burgoyne's playing pretty solid stuff as well. But they're going to be without Junior Rioli as well because, unfortunately, a personal bereavement. I think the anniversary of his father passing away. So a couple of forced changes. But that third quarter on the weekend from the Power was breathtaking. 9 goals to 1. When they turn it on, Port, they're as exciting to watch as any side in the competition.
I'll tell you what.
This is going to sound silly, but do they need to have a loss now?
It's a good question. You feel like they keep just getting over the line, not so much on the weekend, but maybe, although I think Geelong won 16 in a row or thereabouts last year, so maybe just keep on winning. Stick to what you know. It becomes a habit.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing it.
Yep.
Look, for South Park fans as well, I'm just going to tell you this. I almost reenacted Stan's dad a meme that's quite famous on Instagram after Connor Rosie's goal. Okay, that's probably one of the best goals that I've ever seen.
I know the meme you're talking about as well.
It was pretty good.
Hopefully only you and I know about that meme and not too many others.
Absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I'll fill you in the break,
What are you even talking about?
Yeah. Let's leave it at that. It's probably best we do it that way.
It was a good goal, though.
It was. Could be goal of the year. I don't know if you saw it, where he's up against the boundary, keeps it in, dribbles it along the ground. In wet conditions to do that, you don't get the sort of bounce back that you do on a dry night or dry day. He's a special player. Sorry to borrow Bruce's word.
I will say this. There is nothing that you wouldn't do for Conor Rosie.
I know. And when I show you this meme, it's all going to make sense in a really disturbing way.
It's a pivotal win for the Bombers. Essendon climb over Adelaide, take a big step towards finals football and keep their top 4 hopes alive.
Yeah, when I'm going to be honest with you, I tipped the Crows. And I thought, here we go. Let's just completely get rid of that travelling curse.
The hoodoo.
Yep. That's as poor a performance, I think, this year. And probably a flattering 18-point margin. It felt like it should have been 7 or 8 goals. They were belted and they were uncompetitive at times. That was so disappointing for a match where it meant so much. If they won, they would have been 5th, and now they're 9th instead against a side that's also fighting with them. Not good enough. And, they've been so good in so many games, but that was a poor one. So they need to respond now this week against GWS at home. But Matthew Nicks, I'm sure, will be pretty tough at selection because, he can't be accepting.
Is it just like a mental thing on the road?
I think it's starting to become that way, isn't it? Because, Matthew Nicks has addressed it, said we need to work on this, and it seems to not be happening that they're winning. They were very good, admittedly, against Collingwood and probably should have won that game. But yesterday was poor, Joe. It's really bad.
And a really good call from me to get on a flight and come home, because I was tempted to stay and go to Marvel Stadium and watch that game. And then I was like, nah.
Yeah.
It's a good call from me.
It's a really good call from you.
What it does mean, Hazy, is that the showdown could become critical for the Power to stay in the top 2, but also the Crows to make the finals. So we're looking forward to a showdown there. And speaking of showdowns, there's a lot of handball showdowns that are going to be happening, and I'm looking forward to those. I think, this is just me, but I think there should be a showdown between the two of you.
Oh, as part of Nova's Handball Blitz?
I think the Handball Blitz, I think it needs to be a bit of Hazy up against a bit of Jody.
Oh, like direct competition?
I think so.
Because Jody's not competitive at all, though.
No.
She might even throw the game.
Yeah, I'm good like that.
The most competitive person that I've ever met in my life. So much so that during Battle of the Bangers, it was discovered that an absolute stone cold cheat in terms of recruiting people to vote for her songs. Unbelievable stuff, Rennie.
It's a bit of Johnny Bairstow, Alex Carey shenanigans going on.
Yeah, and guess who's playing the role of Johnny Bairstow?
I'm Alex Carey.
I'm Carey.
I'm Carey.
No, I'm Carey.
All right, let's make this happen.
All right.
The Handball Blitz showdown between you and me. You up for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where? When?
Great questions. Great questions.
work it out.
Watch the space. Rennie, appreciate your time.
No, pleasure.
Very
Thank
good
you.
stuff.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hazy's on Miss Daisy.
Well, howdy. Hooroo to you. Welcome to Monday.
A much underutilised expression, hooroo.
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 To greet and say goodbye.
It's so good.
Very good stuff. Let's take a little trip down memory lane. It is your Monday, so we're recovering from the weekend and we're taking a little journey to Knowledgeville. 2000, on the 10th of July, was when Coldplay released their debut album, Parachutes. We got this. Skin and bones. And we're like, who are these scrawny blokes from England?
Yeah.
They go right, don't they?
Pretty pasty, aren't they?
Chris Martin just along the beach. Like, mate, you've never been on the beach in your life in the video clip.
You need to get some more sun, mate.
I wonder if they do all right. Yeah. They did okay. As did Taylor Swift, who in 2019, on this day, became the world's highest paid entertainer by Forbes, earning $185 million in that year.
And preach, producer Zoe, it's a female who earns the most money on the planet. Yo!
Yeah, go girls. She's got some competition. I dare say Beyonce's probably topped her a couple of times.
Yeah, okay, but on this occasion.
And probably Cardi B as well. No, not quite Cardi B. But she's doing her best. That's all she can do. 2018 as well, Drake surpasses the Beatles' record of most singles in Billboard Hot 100 with 7 against their 5 from his album, Scorpion. Good album, that one.
Sounds intense.
Yeah, really intense stuff. 2022, Wimbledon men's tennis, Novak Djokovic wins his 4th straight and record, equaling 7th Wimbledon singles title.
7th Wimbledon, a 21st Grand Slam.
He won it over Nick Kyrgios, our boy from Australia.
Ah, shame.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Novak Djokovic, so successful but so unsupported.
What do you mean?
Novak doesn't have as many fans. as, say, Roger Federer or Rafa Nadal.
Yeah, but they go about it a very different way.
He's quite polarising.
Oh, I told you my husband met him a couple of months ago.
Yeah, how many times are you going to tell me that? Number one song on July 10th in 2016 was Can't Stop This Feeling by Justin Timberlake. At that particular time, and probably for a long time, the coolest bloke on the planet. You can say that.
Yeah. And what about those little trolls just dancing around Troll Town to this?
Oh, yeah, that was the Troll movie, wasn't it?
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah,
welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks for having me. You can't stop talking about the Thunderbirds because you've been going for them for the best part of 48 hours.
Can you stop saying that I've jumped on board? Can you stop it?
How triggering is it for you?
It is so triggering because this team is my life. And you know that.
This is my life now. I am an ambassador for the Thunderbirds. Everything I wear now will be pink.
Oh, okay. So I'm just I was an ambassador as of Friday. Is that right? Is that what you say?
That's how I read it. Come on.
You're an idiot.
Fierce together.
Okay, so can I tell you about my grand final journey, please? Because it was a long one.
Don't be that super supporter that starts to think that they're one of the players.
No, I have played in 2 premierships, or at least I've partied like I've played in 2 premierships.
That's okay.
Yeah.
From the photos that I saw, absolutely. You were going toe to toe with the girls. Very good stuff.
Okay, so this was the decision we had to make. We had a family holiday booked to the Gold Coast to go up and see my mum, right? And so we took all the girls up there, got the flight cancelled on the Tuesday morning, which was great. So got the red eye, got the kids up, got a 3-year-old up at 4:30 a.m, got to the airport. Oh, no, that flight's not going anywhere. Oh, good, thanks. Anyway, so we're on the Gold Coast. We'd booked that trip before we knew that the Adelaide Thunderbirds had made the grand final.
Yeah.
And so I made the decision that every sensible, responsible mother would make in that situation. And I said, we're leaving the kids with Grandma and we're going to Melbourne.
Of course. As you would.
Yep.
Who saw that coming?
So Greg and I jumped on the kite, flew to Melbourne for the grand final. And as we were driving away from the beautiful 23 degrees sunshine on the Gold Coast, and my husband saying to me, could really handle staying a day or so here. And I was like, oh no, what if we go and they lose? What if we fly all the way to Melbourne, leave the kids and they lose?
Yeah, I know. And I think the Swifts probably would have been favourites, wouldn't they? Like, given the history, but still, the Swifts were minor premiers.
They're an absolute powerhouse, the Swifts. Yeah. They've won a couple of premierships in the last 5 years.
Oh, yeah, they've just been a dominant force in Super Netball. That much we can agree on.
Having said that, we kind of own them in the last 2 times we played them. So anyway, so we get to John Cain Arena, and I'm like, full of nervous energy, and we sit down. And I don't know how to gently say this, and I can't gently say it. But when I sat in my seat, I was sitting behind a man who had the largest melon in Australia.
So what are we talking? Like height?
Hang on, so you were sitting behind Hazy?
Yeah. With a genuine fat head, like he's on DK mode.
He literally had the biggest head of any man I've ever seen. And so it literally blocked out the whole mid-court. So I spent the whole game. I didn't see one centre pass. I spent the whole game just going like that, side to side, trying to get around this man's head.
Yeah, right. So did you have words with this man? Say, no. Listen, Melonhead.
What could I say?
Who was it? You tap him on the shoulder, turned around, it's Mason Cox. Hey, Coxie. With his big American accent. I'm just here to soak up some netball, man.
What do I actually say? Mate, shrink your head. I can't see the netball.
Jeez, that's very disappointing.
It was very disappointing.
Really disappointing.
I couldn't help but think if I was sitting in, my apartment on the Gold Coast, I would have a clearly unobstructed view of the entire game.
Yeah, and of course, also of the beach. You tap the bloke on the shoulder, you turn around, it's the giant rocking horse from Gumaraka. Hey, mate.
The biggest breaking story this town has ever seen is you. I just got valuable info. This is so juicy. Jody's Juice.
What about this, Andrew Hayes? Taylor Swift left fans stunned after she brought her ex-boyfriend Taylor Lautner out. Well, is it Lautner? Lautner.
I thought it was Lautner.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Lautner.
Okay. Anyway, Taylor came out.
But hey, who am I to derail your segment here?
Oh, well,
you're the boss.
Lautner then enters the stage doing a cartwheel before doing a backflip and giving the singer a hug on her Eras tour in Kansas City. Have a listen.
So there's someone else that's here. He wasn't in any of my music videos, but he was a very positive force in my life when I was making Speak Now.
So that's her
Ask
ex.
the question. Go on. Yeah.
That's her ex.
Yeah.
Come up on stage. We're such close friends. Hell, bring your current partner. Let's just have some fun. What about the current partner? How is she feeling about this situation? Because it is Taylor Swift.
I genuinely don't know how I would feel if I was married to someone who dated Taylor Swift. That'd be a hard sell.
It's a hard act to follow, isn't it?
Yeah. But what's even more intriguing is her name is Taylor Swift. His name is Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
And he married a Taylor.
Wow.
I haven't heard anything that outrageous since I married two Greeks.
Hang on. So her name is Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
If he took his if she took his name.
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner is married to Taylor Lautner.
Yeah.
That's so odd.
Like literally Mr. and Mrs. Taylor Lautner. That is outrageous.
Oh. What about this story? Jonah Hill's ex-girlfriend, Sarah Brady, claimed the movie star was emotionally abusive to her when they were together. So she's a surfer, and she did like a series of Instagram stories, and I would avoid that if I were you.
Yeah.
If you break up with someone, just don't jump on Instagram and talk about it.
Yeah. Well, lucky for me, I don't really know how to post stories.
So
that's
so true about
So that helps.
So she said he would gaslight and manipulate her into removing photos of herself surfing in a swimsuit. She said he once sent her a series of messages that said, you need to take those down.
Wow.
I don't know that anyone should have control over what anyone posts.
Couldn't agree more. Feels eerily similar to the time I kept on trying to turn up in here in my little swimming suit and you told me to clothe myself. How dare you? What are you doing?
It's inappropriate.
I know.
Like, you can't wear Speedos to work.
How about you let me be me, all right?
Okay.
Let me wear Speedos to work.
If you want to do that, there are cameras everywhere, so knock yourself out.
There's only 9 of them.
Yeah.
I still can't.
What about Netflix teen comedy series Sex Education is coming to an end after 4 successful seasons. The streaming giant shared the sad update with fans this week while simultaneously dropping the upcoming teaser trailer for season 4 of the show.
Wait, no, please, no, don't. I'm not in a sexual relationship with my mother.
Nathan, for goodness sake, just tell them you're a sex therapist.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, there's a bit going on with this, isn't there?
I've never watched that. Have you?
Yeah, I haven't either, so I'm not sure if they're the right ones to be talking about this, but Abby from the newsroom.
You've never watched Sex Education?
No.
It is brilliant. It is amazing.
Yeah.
What's it even about?
About kids at school going through the tribes and tribulations of coming of age, let's say.
Of what?
Of what? What do you mean?
The
What do you
birds
mean?
and the bees.
I don't
Birds and the
understand.
bees?
What do the birds and the bees do, Abby? Explain it to us.
I'll tell you when you're older.
It got me to thinking, what series have you watched where you're like, I don't want this to end? Because I'm in a current situation where I've got two episodes left of Succession, and I'm not watching them because I don't want it to be over.
Oh, I can't believe both the sons die in succession. It's crazy.
Stop it.
Would you say you finished it? You just finished it?
No.
How crazy when both the sons die?
Stop. Don't. You've already done like a massive spoiler on Succession. Have you got a series that you didn't want to end?
It was, for me, it was an obvious one.
Say my name, Heisenberg. You're goddamn right.
I was dreaming about Breaking Bad at one stage.
Really?
Like I was dreaming, and in my dreams I was Heisenberg. it was crazy.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm not saying I had dreams to start a meth empire.
No.
But it crossed my mind.
No. I had a dream the other night that John Longmire, who's the Sydney Swans coach, was being auditioned as your replacement.
Yeah, there you go. And see, the best thing about this is John Longmire, quite seriously, his nickname is Horse.
Oh, and yours isn't.
Mine is. So finally, it could be Jodie and the Horse. John Longmire and Nova. Who saw that coming?
No one.
Not me. Oh, you've just been hanging out for this, haven't you?
The siren goes. The drought is over. It's a decade in the waiting, and the Adelaide Thunderbirds are going to take the trophy back home to South Australia.
I am disgustingly on cloud 9 over this win, Andrew Hayes. I can't begin to tell you. And I'm so excited to speak to our next guest, who was very much instrumental in the grand final win for the Adelaide Thunderbirds. Good morning, Lucy Austin.
Good morning. Hello. How you going?
Good. How are you? How are the celebrations?
Oh, very good. It's been a big couple of nights.
So last night you had it was essentially your BNF, right?
Yeah. It was pretty actually like low key to start with, and then we brought the thunder at the end there.
We brought the thunder. What does that even mean?
I just got on the drinks.
Yeah.
Had a couple.
All right. So you know what question's coming then, Lucy. Who was best on and who really knows how to party as well as they play?
Ooh. All the girls were pretty good last night. Tipper was on one.
Was she?
Good.
Yeah, right. Okay.
No, all the girls then. Yeah, obviously from a big win, so vibes are already high.
So, Lucy, talk us through Saturday night, which was one of the most epic sporting experiences I've ever had in my life. So, you're in front most of the game, and then they bring it back and they tie it. What's going through your head? Because that pressure falls on your shoulders because you're a super shot specialist.
Yeah, gotcha. I think the nerves got to me a little bit for a couple of my shots there, but this was crazy how the momentum just kept switching. Like they'd get a run and then we get a run, and they'd get up and we get up. So yeah, I don't really know what was going through my mind. Just that, I mean, how much we wanted to win, and it was obvious to all the girls that we just wanted to win, and yeah, we gave all our heart, and it was good.
What I love about this group is the passion, and they did the audio in the huddle when it went into overtime, and Eleanor Cardwell said, show some bleeping heart and some bleeping gut. And it kind of summed up your season. It was just so emotion charged, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And those are our values. Our heart, we always talk about our family value, and it was really passionate, and we all are. And she really drove that energy in that last bit there, and it really lifted us. It was great.
Hey, Lucy, time to peel back the curtain now, and you can reveal some trade secrets. We've seen the vision. You guys went after Helen Housby.
No, I think Laddie loves playing against, and Tilly loves playing against her, and she obviously loves the super shot, so you sort of got to get in, find a way to get in their head a bit. So, I don't know what the defenders are doing now and there, but it worked.
There was a fair bit of niggle, wasn't there?
Yeah. It's always going to be physical. We knew it was going to be a physical game, but, we were prepared for that.
And, Luce, what does it mean, this win, after 10 years, like 10 lean years for Thunderbirds fans? We've stuck in there, and then you finally delivered the goods.
Oh, God, yeah. It's just so exciting. And we've had heaps of the past players that were in that 10-year ago premiership team. They all reached out to us and said how special it is. And, we obviously feel so honoured. And, it's just so good for all the fans that have stuck around and kept believing. And, it just feels really good to all the hard work's paid off. And Tanya's done a really good job at building that over the last 5 years.
Lucy, we need to ask you as well, do you remember even organising this interview? Because in the heat of celebrations on Saturday night, do you remember having a conversation with Joe Diotti saying, I'll have a chat with you on Nova on Monday morning?
Briefly, but I definitely didn't say I'm coming in.
You did say you were coming in. That was the message that I woke up to on Sunday morning. Said it was from Lucy Austin saying Monday morning, Nova.
Yeah, I'll roll in after the best and fairest, sure, yeah.
I was like, yes. I was like, oh, God, I hope I'm not going in. I really hope it's over the phone.
Luce, congratulations. No one deserves it more than you. You've worked so hard, as have your teammates. You've brought so much joy to Thunderbirds fans. So thank you actually for picking